Really being real.
What up, world? Welcome to the Dents. I am Divine D.
And I am your girl therapist, Mickell D.
And welcome to our podcast. Here is where we deliver raw and authentic conversation that is built to inspire and support individuals in relationship or those who want to be in one. We will share our journey and insights on balancing our individuality and our togetherness while providing some advice and relatable experiences to help you strengthen your bond within yourself or whoever the hell you with.
That part right there. So thank you everybody who joined us last episode. Last episode, we kept it real. We talked about blending families. And then also today, this marks our halfway mark. This episode 4. So we're halfway through our first season.
Yeah. First season, episode 4.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, let us know what y'all been thinking about these episodes so far, too. This is our 4th episode. Yo, we just coming out the cuff and saying we just gonna do this raw and authentic and see what happens. Let us know what y'all been thinking about these episodes, about the conversations, even about the topics, or even some topics that you may want to hear about or want us to talk about or touch on. So, just let us know what y'all think. Should we keep the show on the road or should we unplug the wires and turn off the microphones and the cameras?
Yeah,
let us know. Let us know. Fade to black. Let us know.
Y'all gotta know. Y'all gotta let us know. We've been getting a lot of feedback. And at the end of each episode, we do go over questions. We had got a lot of questions from our second episode that we're gonna address later on the show. But let's get right to business. Today, we're gonna talk about Black love and the representation.
Black love and the representation. Okay, I don't know. I'm hearing this for the first time, y'all. So we don't prepare. I didn't get to prepare notes or nothing. So this is here. I'll research something on the internet if I have to. But other than that,
you cannot cheat. No.
I can't cheat.
No, this is real and uncut. You gotta.
I'm just saying, like, if I want to.
Unless you feel like you say a statistic and you want
that type stuff. I ain't got no notes for me. What the hell I'm gonna say?
No, I thought you was trying to cheat. Like if I ask you a question and go on Google a good response.
No, this ain't how to be a perfect nigga podcast.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure, y'all, because we raw, true, uncut. We sticking to the mission.
No, this ain't trying to how to be a perfect nigga podcast.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay.
No.
So let's get started right away. Just Black love. So before I get started and going into the conversation, hashtag Black love below. Hashtag Black love. And what does Black love mean to you?
Okay, Black love. What about the other colors?
Them matter too, but today we're representation of Black love. Isn't that in the topic? It says Black love and the representation.
I only know black. I'm only black. Only Black love I know is black. So.
Yeah, and maybe others do represent it in their own way, but who's better way than our way? I just want to show some
love for the other colors.
Oh, we love them, but this is about our representation.
I understand.
They already trying to divide us. We got to stick together.
I understand, baby.
Okay, just because we're for us doesn't mean we're against them.
Baby, I just see how that went. Y'all see how that went.
Right, I might be a little biased because I need my people to understand we'll need them. But anyway, I digress. Okay,
all
Black
right.
love.
You sure?
Okay,
you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right.
What does Black love mean to you, Mr. Dent? What does Black love mean to you? And then how does it influence our relationship?
What does Black love mean to me? I think because we're Black, we hold a responsibility to those that come behind us to be a representation of what it should look like. So Black love means responsibility to me. You know what I mean? And that's why, again, I say work on yourself before you get with somebody else. Because only way it's going to work is if you understand, you got raw principles and morals about yourself. And understand that this is bigger than just y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this ain't about, having the cutest chick or nothing. This is about, what your example that you setting. You know what I mean? And then not to play for everybody else. Let's get that clear. This ain't to play for everyone else, but what does a healthy what does a healthy relationship look like so that your kids or your us, ours, and others, whoever that is behind you, can model something
Yeah.
besides the traumas that we've experienced in our upbringing. Like I said, we've seen a lot, you know what I mean, and everybody's seen something different in their upbringing. So I think Black love just represents responsibility to elevate and upgrade, if you know you want to use that, upgrade what we've seen in the past. So
I like that.
that's my
And
that's
then
what I
how do
think.
you think that influences our relationship? I kind of think you said it, but kind of elaborate a little bit on just that particular part.
How does it affect our relationship?
Yeah, like how does it influence it?
Influence it? Like I said, I just know I hold a responsibility bigger than myself. And we have feelings and we not perfect and all that, but at the end of the day, what's the bigger purpose? And like I say, that's kind of how I look at it, because not every day we happy. Not every day it's just peachy keen. You know what I mean? Not every day we in love with each other. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what? Do you represent that you give up,
Okay,
or
so
do you
you saying it
represent
like that? Yeah.
that you can work things out? Do you represent that, even when things get a little crazy, that it don't drive you crazy to where you react like it got to be bigger? You know what I mean? So in our relationship, like I say, I just always think like, before, a lot of times, and that's why I say before you react, not that you can catch them all, but before you react, like, think, is this gonna take my relationship in a different, is it gonna make it go this way, or is it gonna make it go this way? And what is everybody that you don't think watching you, and as I say, the world is watching, because God see everything, like, what is they seeing too and hearing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you representing bigger than yourself, like,
Those are those internal
that was
conversations
the
you have.
internal conversation. So that's what in our relationship is like. You can go backwards or you can go forward.
Yeah.
How you gonna go? How you gonna get the forward? And sometimes getting the forward is taking a step back.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But
I agree.
in our relationship, that's kind of how I just use it.
I like that. Just looking at it and understanding it's bigger than you.
Yeah.
I like that. I love that. So for me, Black love is everything for me. Like, Black love is the representation of what it is. And when I say Black love, I'm talking about true, authentic, raw Black love. Like the love that I witnessed my grandparents have, the love that I've witnessed my mom and my dad have in their own unique way. But for me, the Black love means the understanding that it's bigger than us. It's that unique bond that no one can tear apart. It's that sharing that safe space for us to grow individually and then with each other. Black love means power to me. How it means responsibility for you, it means power. Black love is so powerful. And how that influenced our relationships, in my eyes, is understanding how powerful Black love is, because I do know in my hearts of our hearts that the people I've encountered, most people that I've encountered that spiritual and understand is bigger is of the Black community. So to have that understanding that if we're powerful individuals and we're tapped in, what can two people do? I'm your rib. So it influences me because I look at it from that lens. Like you said, every day is not perfect, but when I take the person out of it, I take the human out of it, I take the trauma away, and I just tap into God, then I'm reminded of it's bigger than us. So that's how it influenced me.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So number
what's up.
2, how do you feel about the portrayal of Black relationships in media?
Oh, how they portray.
Yeah, like how do you feel about the portrayal of Black relationships in media, and meaning things like, like reality, like does it wait, let me slow down. So one, how do you look at it? Like what do you think about it? What do you feel about it? But do you believe that it reflects our reality?
Do what do the
The
way
betrayal, like the betrayal. Do you believe that the portrayal? Am I saying it right? Look, y'all know I'm inner city. Look, look in my mind, I'm thinking betrayal. Clearly, I'm biased to this question. I'm so biased to this question. So when I think about it, I'm thinking about betrayal.
She
Betrayal.
like betrayal. I'm like,
I'm on too. Portrayal. Like how it's portrayed.
Yes. Okay.
How do you feel about how Black relationships is portrayed in media? And then do you believe that it reflects our reality?
I got my mixed feelings about it because again, depending on what couple or relationship in the media you talking about,
Yeah.
they can be a little different. Like,
Let's mix it up then.
all
Let's
right,
talk
give me some
about
examples. Give me some examples.
let's talk about I'm gonna give you like different spectrums, right? We're gonna keep it real. So for me, you know, my guilty pleasure may be reality TV. My guilty pleasure is reality TV. So we can talk about it on the lens of Kurt and Rashida.
Okay.
We can talk it from just Papoose, you know, and Remy
Papoose,
Ma.
Remy
Like I
Ma,
think that's more of a
okay.
medium. Like, whoa, we was rooting for them. You talking about Black love, and then what about that other side, like Nip and Lauren? Like,
Okay.
man, that's like
Okay.
some spiritual stuff.
Okay.
And
That's
then
good.
I even throw Sierra only because people be like Sierra and Russ because
Okay.
the Sierra prayer stuff like that. So
Sierra
like, let's
prayer.
kind of go into that.
Told you I'm gonna change that to the Mickell prayer.
If they know, they know.
All right. So give me the first couple.
Okay, so how do you feel about how it's portrayed? Let's start.
I understand
with
betrayed. Give me the first couple.
Oh, Nick.
Who?
I mean Kurt.
See,
I said it with my chest out.
all right,
too.
right. Like he was ready.
I said it with my whole chest out. Okay, my bad.
All
Okay.
right. So who we talking about now?
We're talking about Kurt and Rashida.
Kirk and Rashida.
Yeah, you know, Kurt and Rashida. We done met them, so we see what's on reality TV. We see they vibe in real life.
Okay. Kirk be fucking up. He's my nigga, but he be fucking up. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I be watching a lot of that reality TV, man. Some of that just be sucker patrol, if you ask me.
What you mean?
These niggas be acting like suckers. Like
don't look at me like that.
I'm sorry,
Like,
reality
you know.
TV, like, I mean, if it's built to be messy, it's definitely that.
Yeah.
Because these men don't, they good dudes when you meet them outside of social, of all that. But God, man, it be sucker city on them damn show. I swear that shit sucker city. That shit is sucker city. The way they act, the way they moving, they let a piece of pussy just move them too easily, and they just do sucker shit for likes and clicks and be fucking up and don't understand, like, you might have got a check, you know what I'm saying? But you making yourself look like a fucking wreck. Like, if I was on again, it would be different if I was on a reality TV show, because we ain't finna be sucking out like on TV. It's gonna be a different level of entertainment, but these cats don't be. They be fucking up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know Rashida, I ain't saying she perfect or nothing like that. I don't know her, but like that, but he be fucking up.
Yeah, like that's
These
for
niggas
me.
don't keep it real.
Yeah,
man.
for me, when I think about the portrayal of the Black relationships, I'm like, when we talk about Kurt and Rashida, I'm like, I look at it, I guess because I'm a woman, and I look at it like, I don't like that it's teaching our girls that a person can lie and manipulate, you know, and you're supposed to stick around because for the sake of marriage. Like, I don't like that, you know, like, it's not that he talked to other girls or whatever. It's the manipulation. It's the betrayal. Look, that's probably why I'm saying portrayal with betrayal. Like, I'm mixing them. For me, it's that. And that part, I don't like that. I don't like teaching our little girls that a nigga can put you through whatever, and because y'all married or for the sake of Black love, you supposed to stay. Like, it's a thin line there. So let's move on to the next one. What about Papoose and Remy Ma?
Pap and Ram.
Well, we can't even. Can we say them? Because they're not in a relationship anymore.
Rim be fucking
Hey, excuse me. No, I'm just playing.
Rim be fucking
Yeah.
Rim be fucking You know what I mean? Again, I don't know Pap. I'm gonna keep it what? I'm gonna keep it even, Steven. I don't know Pap like that, but from what it that she be fucking she fucked up.
Yeah.
She doing for that nigga for I don't know. All them niggas corny to me, but again, maybe they outgrew each other. You know what I mean? So,
I was gonna go there with it.
You know, maybe they just outgrew each other. So we don't know the true meaning. Maybe again, it was that fire might have been gone in their relationship. So who knows? But Remy be fucking.
My girl, man, I think that I can't be biased. I just think it was a little foul play in a sense, but we're human. I've been there. And I believe that I love that you said like they probably outgrew each other because yes, they were like our black love. They were that, and Papoose was all of that. I think, in my personal opinion, that was a good example of a couple outgrowing each other and not having those tough conversations when they first realized that to get a deeper understanding and start working on each other for the sake of the relationship, and they just let it go. Then you got social media and this, so then it's the pressure of having to be this perfect couple and being afraid to deal with the real challenges. And I just think they outgrew each other in the sense of, people grow individually, and if you're not staying connected and tapping in with each other and having those hard conversations, you can grow apart. And we're not taught how to have those. So what do? We run to the next thing that's giving us what we need and things like that. But the part that I don't like is don't tear each other down. It didn't work. She did what she did. Whatever he did to, just let it go.
Yeah. And then sometimes they need, you need a refresh stage, I think, in relationships. And what I mean by like a refresh stage is like a point where y'all stop and say, who I am now, is it still matching with who you are now? What's my love language now? It might have been different. It might have changed from what it was once we first met, especially after you maybe like 5 and 10 years in.
Yeah.
That's 5 and 10 years. That's a decade of growth, of personal growth. You're not the same person you was 10 years ago. So now where I'm at, let's get a refresh. Are we still in love? Are we still, meant for each other? You know what I mean? Like, and not that, little things. Be like, no, but just on the overall.
Our real conversation. So resentment doesn't build, and we can end and like, our chapter has ended. Let's be cool, and whatever we're supposed to be on the next journey will align with what it is. But I think we don't have those hard conversations enough where it be that pivotal point. Like if we would have left right here, just for the betterment of the future relationship, we could have made it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what about Nip and Lauren?
Nip, rest in peace, Nip. Again, I think that was a good representation, especially from where I'm come from, of black love. You know what I mean? Like being raw and authentic from where you from, who you are. You know what I mean? Evolve in it. Not people say don't change, but you evolve. You don't stay the same. So you have to change. But they evolve from who they are into a better who they are. You know what I mean? And they did that. The representation of what we got to see. It was dope. It was dope. It was on point. So Nip and Lauren would have been top of my list.
Top of your list for Black Love.
Top of my list.
I agree. For me, it was the other way around in the sense of I knew Nip only because of Lauren. Like I'm a huge Lauren fan, and
Me too.
I bet. You ain't wrong, shit. You ain't wrong, babe. We got that in common. Like, what's y'all crush, Lauren?
First stop I wanted to come to when I came to Atlanta was Cascade. I want to go right to the skate rink.
You understand? No. We want you, girl. No, but she's such a beautiful spirit, and I looked at it from a sense of her, like that's me, you know what I mean? Like I'm that inner, like I don't know her personally, but what she represented from what I saw. And energy don't lie, you know. So for me, it was that edge like I have, but then that professionalism. And then when it got too loud, she'll go private on you too. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. And I just saw the growth in him from that woman, that strong woman. But that was a dope representation because of the spiritual connection. They got it right. They understood that it was bigger than them. So for me, they definitely top on my
They would have
list.
been top of my list, definitely. Nip.
What
Shout out to
about?
Nip.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Nip. But shout out to Lauren.
Yes, sir. So lastly, really quickly, the Sierra's prayer.
That's gonna be the Mickell's prayer. I'm telling you.
So when you say that, what you mean?
Evidently, in this, I guess, Sierra's prayer, Russ must be that damn good of a dude where they like, I want one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, this ain't the Perfect Nigga podcast, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I work on myself. So it ain't, you know, outside of you, you know what I mean? You, again, we ain't going nowhere, but say you divorce me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still represent, you know what I'm saying? Like where that nigga at? You know? I want the Mickell's prayer. I want the Mickell prayer. So nah, but definitely, you know, whatever he represented in her life made other women want to inspire to get that. So again, what man won't want to be that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's called the Sierra's prayer, but nigga Russ is responsible. You know what I'm saying? So same thing.
Yeah,
you know?
I love that.
So,
babe.
but in their relationship, again, you know, he doing his thing. She is who she is. I mean, like I said, I didn't follow Russ in football like that, but from what I'm hearing, I guess they would go probably number 2 or 3 on my list just from what I hear in relationships.
Yeah.
But let me see who else you got on this list.
All right, that's the last couple I got on the list. My same is everything. I love Sierra. I am a Sierra fan as well. So I saw her when she was with her last baby daddy. For my girl, we ain't even finna put your name in that. You know what I'm saying? That was the past. We not doing that, you know.
So we talking about the future.
Excuse me. You understand? See, that's why
Got
you
my
be
G.
you be team nigga, man. Dang.
I got you, my G. Got
Whatever,
you, my G. What you
whatever.
mean? You ain't gonna do my
So
nigga
many
like that. You ain't gonna do my nigga like that.
Whatever,
You can't
y'all.
do my nigga
Whatever.
like that.
I just get it. Like,
I don't know what
she
happened,
moved on.
but yeah, but you ain't gonna do my nigga.
I ain't even say nothing about him. I'm just saying for my girl. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna say his name.
She just
said
was
all these other
different.
niggas' names. Why we can't say my nigga name? You know what I'm saying? They two things could be true at the same time.
Oh, I'm gonna give you that one. But you see, I had you, see.
You had it?
Yeah, I had
I got C too. But I ain't gonna leave. You talking about that's the past, nigga. What about the future?
I ain't gonna lie, you was smooth. You was smooth. You know that's what you future niggas do. Y'all be real smooth, real quick. Yeah.
Stay on Pluto.
I can't stand you. I cannot. But I just really, I love what people are saying in the woman's perspective or a girl's perspective. We saw C when she was with her baby daddy and her first son's father. And we see her with Russ and she's able to live in her soft girl era. So that's the beauty of that. You know, he keeps her smiling. And as a woman, you can tell the energy of a woman when she has a good man, you know. So that is that. And a lot of people, what you said earlier, I love when you said you work on yourself. And because I am getting the Mickell's prayer, quote unquote, like I need a divine. And I tell women often that Mickell worked on her. So then you attract different things. Sierra works on herself, you know, and then it's not if you want the Sierra prayer, it's not the type of dude she wants. The Sierra prayer was working on Sierra and it attracted the type of dude she deserved, you know. So, okay, good. So moving on. One of the last questions that I'm gonna ask is, do you believe Black couples face unique challenges compared to other racial or cultural groups?
Do Black couples face unique challenges based on? I mean, I think every nationality got their challenge, but hell yeah, Black folks got a different challenge, and because again, some of the mindset that was programmed and placed on us, and all this trying to figure out for the last 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200 years, whatever. So, yeah, we face, a lot more unique challenges. One of the things that we face is, again, it's part of our nationality is, where we come from still, as you got Puerto Rican Day and, then you got Mexican, you know what I mean? So, I mean, even though they look alike, they from, two different places. And just because we all black don't mean we all from the same place.
Yeah.
So having that identity crisis of not really knowing what tribe we from, where we actually are, yeah, we're going to face those challenges placed on top of what we have to live through at the same time, and then what we had to become because of what we living through, and then what we trying to become at the same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we face a lot, and that's why, when you get with somebody, like I tell you, I mean, we've known each other a total of maybe 4 years, but we done lived over 30-something years on this planet. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of experience. It's a lot of things that come with that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, and traumas and all this other stuff. And then, you want to be better. And, sometimes we be feeling like this and feeling like that because of different situations we've been in the past and trying to fight this. Yeah, we face a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As Black people. It's definitely, have its challenges, whether they're harder, worse, or bad, or whatever. It's definitely its challenges. Just working with someone that you understand but can't fix. And that's why I think like sometimes even Black men go to other nationalities. It's like, I understand you fucked up because your daddy wasn't around and all this shit, but I ain't do it, and I'm gonna go deal with somebody. I understand, but I can't fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they'll go with something that they ain't can't, and feel like so.
And that's really deep, and it's like it just really made me put on my therapist hat, and then it kind of goes back to what we said earlier. You have to work on yourself, because that's so true. Although I understand your traumas, because I dang near got the same ones, I can't fix you, and if you ain't fixing yourself, then we're gonna trigger each other, and then we're stuck. Whereas compared to other nationalities, like you said, everybody have their own challenges, but theirs may not be that, and maybe a man could deal with that, and vice versa. Women go to different races for those same things, where it's man's masculinity and all of those things, and can't, she wants to be soft, and but men was taught to all of that. And I think that's basically answering my question. I do believe that there's unique challenges for those very same reasons. It's because of those individual upbringings and the culture. Even for men, I tell you all the time, I didn't know men hurt the way men hurt until I became a therapist and really dived into being a therapist. And that was simultaneously when you and I were dating. So and you were vulnerable with me. And then I was able, remember you helped me with my first man client. I was just getting my feet wet. I didn't know that men suffered like that in silence, because as a community, women are taught men are strong. It really hurt my feelings, where I was like, I'm helping saving my man. Like, because when we're taught that men's supposed to have it all together, got it going on, y'all do, and men wear masks very well, because it's not that we can see and feel that y'all are. Now I can, because I'm tapped in, but we couldn't see that because y'all wear masks very well. So, and why? Because society teaches that. So absolutely it plays, we have our unique challenges. So I did have another question on here if you want to dive into it really quickly.
Let's do it.
The other questions is, you can answer one of two of these questions. Either what role do you believe that your upbringing played a role on us, or you can answer the question, is it important to have a community of couples? And then I'll answer the other one.
Okay. Do my upbringing play a role in our? Yes, my upbringing plays a role in our relationship. Because although sometimes we didn't get an example of what we wanted, we gotta understand we got an example of what we didn't want, and let's go on the opposite of that. Let's make sure that we're not doing the same thing or making the same mistakes that we saw daddy make, uncle make, or whoever was around make. So that's how I use my upbringing and what I saw in relationships is like, and that's why I say, from all the mentors or guys that I was around or, guys I hung out with, I was there again absorbing all the good information, all the good morals and values, all the other shit they was doing. Yo, you can keep that over there, or you know what I mean. And I knew how to separate myself. Like I'm only really here for this part. Again, all the other shit you doing, I don't want that. I ain't finna be cheating. I ain't finna be trying to hide. I ain't got time to be. I ain't lying because I ain't got time to be doing all that. Yeah. Like you can't live free with all those things kept in the safe. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to live free. I don't want to have to think or second guess. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm talking to my people. You know what I mean? Like, I understand in the streets and when you're out in the world, you got, to be aware is to be alive. So you got to do what you got to do. But with your people, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So yeah, that's kind of what I looked at. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to counteract and just go on the other side of what I see I don't want, take the things I do want and create who I am out of it. So that's how I use my past upbringing to
I like that. And then I'm just going to I ain't answering the question, but I'm going to piggyback on, even when I met your mom for the first time and your dad for the first time, I'm like, yep, his upbringing is definitely inside of him. Like, his daddy definitely got his way with the ladies, and his mama, like, that saying she be telling you, I ain't going to put y'all business out there. But
find
I'm like,
fool, you bump their head. My mama told me, you find fool, bump their head. That's why it's in me, not on me now. Y'all got to dive deep if you want to know the real.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So you said it, not me. So I'm like, okay, so I could, that definitely play, and I had to be conscious of, okay, I understand your core. Let's work some of those things out,
But again, allowing the good of that to be in me without letting it taint me at the same time or having too much, because again, my dad is an ego man. You know what I'm saying? And I see how ego can kill you too at the same time. So making sure that you balance that and make sure that you ain't, putting out any energy that's gonna come back to haunt you later. Like you gotta balance that out. So it might be in you, but how you use it is what is the real important part.
Right. You come from 2/5 bad. See? But number 5.
Dang, I ain't think about it like that.
I'm just trying to say, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to piggyback off of that part. But listen, so I'll answer then the question about the community. Is it important to have a community of couples?
Yes.
I will say yes and no. And the reason why I say yes and no is because I'm going to rephrase that and say it's important to have the right type of couples in your community, because if you mess around and have couples just because they couples and they the wrong couples, you understand? Like that ain't good.
People who together out of obligation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
they
not
ain't
what
really
they
together. They just together because
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. And then I want to also caveat to that question and say I think that it's important to have good, genuine people, not necessarily couples, because two of my favorite people in the world right now is on the self journey and they're single, but they're some of the best people in my fucking life right now, especially when it comes to our relationship. They know me through and through. They're going to check me when I'm wrong, but they're going to praise me when I'm right and let me know, like, no, you stand on that. You good, but I trust them, So,
So what you telling me is, did y'all hear that? That was a subliminal message. You fighting 3 people at once, nigga. You ain't nigga, you fighting 3.
What she said versus what he heard. That is not.
Did y'all hear that?
No, that is not.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that?
It says, is it important to have a community?
No.
I say of individuals because they gonna check me when I'm wrong.
So what you saying? No, just, okay.
You know what I'm saying? See, I have to put emphasis on that check me when I'm
fighting
wrong.
3 people.
No, you not. No, you are not. Don't play, because who the first person you call? If they don't play, yeah.
My pimp buddies, you know?
Yeah, shut up. You calling straight up your pimp buddies. Like, listen.
Calling my pimp buddies. What's happening? Pimpins? All of my pimpins.
That was my last question. I love that. We're going to get our tip of the day. But before we do that, this is the part of the session where we, the segment, I should say, I'm in my therapy hat, but we got some questions for subscribers. And I wanted, at first we were going to do a individual separate show for this, like a filler. And I'm like, no, we just going to ask on the show. And so the first question is in regards to our second episode we had, which was like conflict. One of our questions was,
somebody want to get in the MAD show, the show we was fighting on.
Yeah,
They gonna make us put gloves back on. What they say?
We're good. We processed through it.
What they say?
And did nobody comment one? So that means did nobody feel like we needed to dial 911?
Oh, okay.
So we good.
All right, bet.
Good. So are you going to break up?
Somebody asked that?
Yes.
They might as well press the one. They might as well press the one. They gonna ask that.
Yeah, they was like, it had me wonder, are you guys gonna break up?
No, we're not breaking up.
No.
No, we're not breaking up.
You almost said, why would they wonder, right? Yeah. I'm gonna answer that because I asked myself. I said in this.
I just open up a can.
Really quickly.
Go ahead.
Because there's not enough representation of people being real. That's why they thought that. Okay. Because every couple that's real and authentic, and when I say real, it's not that they don't argue behind scenes, but there's not enough people. Sometimes people can't see themselves. So when you're looking at it and then it's your people, it's like in fear in a sense. Like, wait a minute. And then anxiety goes to the worst thing that can happen. You know, forget all these good episodes. Forget them knowing that's like anxiety makes you go. And that's why it's important not to allow other people anxieties to, for me to, like, if I would have allowed that, if I wasn't from a healed space, then it would have been, are we? Is this saying? No, I'm tapped in. We understand the importance of allowing that out.
No, we're not breaking up.
No.
Yeah, I saw us just talk about it and kind of take our time with our words and look at that episode. Y'all gonna see that. It'll be, you getting different energy from this episode to that one. So go check that one out. Let us know what y'all thought again about the energy. But again, y'all just saw us talking about it again live and just kind of working through some of it and just kind of giving the bigger picture. Again, that episode show you that it was bigger than us. Because again, for us to even do the episode while we was in that energy, but understanding like why we must still be on assignment at the same time, like you get to see that live. So no, we're not breaking up.
No, we're our favorite couple. What God put together, let no man tear apart.
I mean, like I say, right, that's exactly what you said.
When God put it together, that's the key. Not because you married, no. When God put it together, let no man tear us apart, So next is, do you feel like, this is a good one. Do you feel like Mickell talks to you as a therapist?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, she can't help but to, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not a bad thing to me. You know what I'm saying? But yes, she talks to me like a therapist sometimes. And sometimes I know when she's talking to me like a therapist. Like, but I don't know. Is therapy bad or something? I don't know. Like,
yeah, and I think it was in that context. And I love what you said. Like, yeah, sometimes. Because at first I'm like, no. But I'm like, yeah, sometimes. I think
the underlying question is, do I feel like Mickell bosses me? I think that's really the underlying question or something like that.
Okay.
Like, because you're a therapist and you got a strong energy, I mean, that like, do she be bossing you around? Because, like, no. Yeah. I know how to allow my wife to be professional and her at the same time, but still lead the family. Yeah. Like, I ain't threatened by her bossness. I ain't threatened by her profession or and to be a real king, a real God, is to allow that strength to work within me. So yeah, therapy me, I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
My man.
That's it.
Yeah, that's realness.
So yes, I do feel like she's talking to me like a therapist sometimes. But
yeah, remember even in the beginning you used to say like, God knew what he was doing. He needed me to marry a therapist. Like that's a beautiful thing.
Somebody to work on my head. Because again, that's where everything started deriving from. So he knew what I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing else below would work. Yeah. So, when you was working on my other head, that's what was the problem.
Listen, look, you know we episode 4 in because you starting to, Okay, another question is, do y'all think that was too much?
What?
Too much in the sense of it was a long message, and the underline to this specific question, do we think that we shared too much? Did we allow them too much in, like on that episode?
No. I think that we could have let y'all in a little bit more if you really ask me, in reflection of, we could have let y'all in a little bit more. Again, just trying to be transparent but private at the same time. You know what I mean? Not that you're trying to hold anything back, because again, you want it to be raw and real, but again, not by spilling stuff that's too specific and personal, you know what I mean? Because we understand, like I say, the assignment is the assignment. That's why we had to do it, because it's bigger than us. So make sure that you delivering a message, although that you in this energy that's bigger than yourself. So no, I don't think it was too much. Again, it could be a lot more, but again, it got to be digestible, because again, we can get y'all so much that you're going to get full early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, it's not too much.
Yeah.
I don't think we share too much. Again, we being us, so if we too much, I mean, we are a lot. So, take a picture, take a look. But watch out, because you might get took.
Yo,
But no.
Talk your shit, D.
She be encouraging.
Talk your shit, D.
She be encouraging this shit.
And do. Sure do. King up, boss up, all of that. Sure do. And
So, she put the and, the hood and.
Right. You knew that meant something right there.
Y'all know the hood and. Y'all know that.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I don't believe it's too much. Yeah. The reason why I know it wasn't too much is because after we did that episode, we reviewed that episode, we reflected, we held each other accountable, we held ourselves accountable. Mm-hmm. Like, look, this is what I meant. Mm-hmm. We processed for a whole nother week, and the energy was like, now it's time. You can release it. We were good. So it's not too much. It's never too much when you're on an assignment for God and you understand it's bigger than you. However, we didn't release it until God told us to. We needed to record it in that energy. However, we needed to then
But we didn't make no edits, though. We didn't make no edits to it. That's why it's all straight through raw, and that's what y'all get from us. And that's why a lot of this is, how it's filmed, because we ain't doing no edits. We want y'all to see all of it, like every inch of it, every process, because we don't want y'all to skip nothing in y'all relationship or in your personal development growth. You can't skip a step and just get to happiness. Nope, this shit is a fucking journey. So you got to take this ride. Get in the car. If it's, again, 20 hours to Florida, guess how long it's going to take? 20 hours. Absolutely. So start on minute number 1 now. Right.
Unless you fly, then you're going to miss all the tools and scenery that's going to help you once you get to Florida.
Because you ain't going to know how to be in Florida. You ain't going to be ready for it because you didn't go through the journey.
Yeah.
So, no, we ain't going to skip nothing. We keep it all here. We keep it all raw. We keep it all for you.
Yeah. So. And it was meant to, because we recorded a different episode in that energy, and the enemy knocked your coffee over ASAP, boom. Yep. And then we was good. And then some random stupid put us back in the energy. We recorded it again because we were meant to, but we were supposed to process. What people don't get, when you have those hard conversations and you really process it, you become more powerful. Like the version we are today is more powerful than that version. Sure. It definitely taught us something, but absolutely. I don't want to go too far in it.
So hopefully we answered them questions.
Yeah. So the last 2 things is, do you have any advice for people? Do you have any advice for people who are triggered from watching our episodes? Because we're so raw and
any
uncut.
Advice for people who are triggered? Keep watching.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trigger you some more.
Yeah. So that's his way.
I mean, what else can I can't do. You can't make no alterations to who you are. So if you was triggered by by hearing raw, keep watching. Okay, you're gonna be a triggered motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't do nothing different.
Yeah.
I don't know how to act like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get
Especially on this show. But hey, if any movies out there, you can hire me. I'm a test. No, that sounds nasty. I do act. But no.
I see where you was going, but babe, I don't think they ready for that.
No,
Okay.
for sure. But no,
But
we
for
ain't
me,
acting here. We can't do none of that.
For the advice I would give is to process it. If you're triggered, that means that you were supposed to be triggered. And if you're spiritual, it's potentially supposed to be triggered so you can go handle that. So it could better prepare you in your relationship. Or if you are not spiritual, then if you got triggered, that means you have more healing to do. So to take a step back and see why you were triggered in that situation. And he said keep watching, but yes, keep watching for his reason too. Like, it's in me, right? However, on the flip side of that, keep watching so you can see how we process through it so you don't run from situations where you're triggered, and you see that it is a light at the end of the tunnel.
That's definitely a good one.
Yeah.
Like, if you was triggered, then that's a key. Then that's a key moment to work on something.
Yeah.
Why am I triggered? Why am I feeling like this? Like, because at the end of the day, our relationship, guess what? Has nothing, ain't paying none of your bills. So if you was triggered by something, again, that's a key indicator to say, you know what, let me work on me. So what made me triggered by that? So that was dope. Yeah.
So then the last question is, can we give homework?
Homework. Go ahead, you start.
Homework, yeah, I guess that is homework. Listen to what we're saying, and there's homework in the message until like God say this is specific homework. It's homework in the message. For an example, you just gave homework when you said if you're triggered, then write it down, work on you. I'm saying it in that same sense. So listen to the messages. We're talking about Black love, what it means to you. We're giving advice in those. So I guess my homework would be study what we're saying. This bigger than us. This is our calling. It's purposeful. So study what we're saying because something is happening right in front of your eyes. So study, reflect, take notes, take your own notes and apply them.
Mine is, a page from my early morning show is Control Alt Delete. That's the one I'm gonna use. Control Alt Delete. Just only control the things that you can control. You can't control them. You can't control nobody else but yourself. So my homework is work on yourself. Again, if the things you're doing right now is not working, you got to hit that Alt key and make some different choices in your life. And the delete key, delete situations, relationships, and sometimes people. It could be a friend, a family member, or the boo, the one you're laying next to. It's time to make something different happen, especially when you're going after something and you want a different level of life and you want to live it. My homework is look in that mirror and go get it. So
I like that. That's dope. And I think we can close out with that. That can be our tips for the day.
Sure.
We'll close out with that. But before we end, do you have any upcoming events?
Always market to millions. So again, if you want to make millions in your market, man, make sure you go check out the site. That's market2millions.net. Yeah, market2millions.net. Yo, I put on events all the time. So go on the website, take a look at what's coming up and make sure you sign up. Again, it's to help you grow so that we can start leaving those legacies and whatever market that you're in, whether you're in real estate, whether you got a clothing company or you're an artist, whatever market that you're in, again, you got to market your way to millions and make millions in your market. So go ahead.
I like it.
World Is Watchin.
Yes, sir. For me, y'all, we have Prepare University. We're launching that next month in a few weeks. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So go to prepareforgreatness.net or .com.
Prepareforgreatness.com.
It's in the link. right. All these .nets, .coms, .org.
Yeah.
Right. So make sure y'all check that out. It's just really to prepare your mind. We write goals down. If you a person like me, we got notes everywhere. But how are you applying yourself? So this university is going to help you prepare for the mindset and the marketing strategies to make sure you fulfill every goal you have. Right. So make sure y'all check into that. And then lastly, y'all know y'all girl is hitting that big stage, the red dot, the big one, right?
Yep, the biggest stage in the world.
Yes, sir. TEDx. So shout out to TEDx Clarkstown. We will be in New York in May. You will have a link at the bottom if you would like to check that out.
Come on now, make sure y'all there, man. Look, y'all watching, y'all seeing this? Are y'all watching this? This elevation in front of your face.
Ooh.
For
Raw
real.
cut.
Come on. Come on now.
Uncensored, right?
Hey, we trading in airplanes for spaceships.
Period. Close this out, pimp buddy.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later on the next episode. So make sure y'all keep checking it out. And if this is your first episode, go back and check out the other ones and catch on up. Go ahead and binge watch the Dents. Ooh, we can be binge watch.
Oh, we could be binge watch.
We can be binge.
We halfway through.
Yeah, we realizing some stuff. But yo, man, thank you guys for being here. Hopefully that, something that we said today helped you in your relationship or within yourself. And as y'all know, the world is watching. And we always gonna give y'all something to see. Peace.